I think from here, price may stall for a little bit on EURJPY. Maybe stop for a little bit before we continue lower. All right. So welcome back, guys. You can see how price ranged for a bit before dropping all the way to the downside. And going into next week, I still expect price to continue to the downside, at least until we come into 154.920. As a matter of fact, I am currently in this trade and I went in aggressively. I've been in this trade for the past 11 days. Yes, for the past 11 days. I actually don't give these signals on the signal group because of swap fees and all of that. I only trade this way when I want to pass a new prop firm account. So I'm in this trade on my challenge phases. I have about 800,000 in challenge phases in prop firms. All right. So I'm in this trade currently on two of those accounts. The other ones are still on the sideline. I know I'm going to blow some and pass some. All right, then I get to trade them responsibly after passing them. All right, if you get to do this when you have enough money to spare, enough money to spend in prop firms. All right, so I don't really care if I blow some, but the ones I pass, I'll go back and trade them responsibly, because on this trade I'm actually risking 3%. All right, I could easily blow this account. So you need to understand that and understand where you are to be able to now align your trading strategies based on that. So I'm risking 3% on this trade, which I could easily have blown, but I'm in this trade and I'm actually paying for swap fees. Why am I paying for swap fees? I mean, I've been holding for 11 days. I'm paying since I'm selling, so it's a swap short, I'm paying $69 per day, and if you multiply that by 11, currently I'm around negative $759 in swap fees. But anyways, what do we expect going into next week? What do we expect going into next week? I actually expect price to continue trading all the way to the downside. All right, actually I'm going to take profit maybe anywhere around here, because I'm currently floating at a little bit below 6% because of swap fees and all of that. All right, so I will be taking profit around here to pass phase one of my challenges. All right, so going into next week, I still expect price to continue dropping into 154.920. I already gave this signal some few weeks ago. Price ranged for a bit before falling to the downside. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame and probably see how we can take advantage of this. We could kick in. Next week may kick in and we'll see price initially go for a pullback. Now, if that happens, then this will be a sweet spot to sell from. All right, so if price initially goes for a pullback, then look for your selling confirmation. I don't know what your confirmation looks like. At letstrade10x.com, we have our own confirmation. So I'll look for a confirmation around here and then sell. Sorry, oh my goodness, what's going on? And then sell into here. All right, you get the point. So my target remains 154.920. That's if we get the pullback, but we may not get the pullback and price will just continue straight into the take profit area, which there's nothing you could do about it except if you got in earlier. All right, so that is that on EURJPY. The next on my list is USDJPY. Going into next week, I'm still expecting price to drop further to the downside. My first target will be here, 142.196. So welcome back, guys. You can see the price is trading at our first level target of 142.196. All right, so going into next week, what should I be expecting? Now, if we get I'm still super bearish actually. So if we get an initial pullback into this area, which I don't see happening, but if that happens, guys, I'll be looking for sells from this region here, which is between 144.236 and 143.703. So I'll be looking for if I see a pullback, then that would be a good place to sell. It's not like I'm going to be trading this anyway, depending. All right, but it's not like I have any plan to trade this, but just in case this is what you're looking at, then this is where you should be looking for sells. Then our next target will be 140.000. All right, and another area to sell is if price breaks below 142.196 properly, then wait for a pullback into that region, then look for your confirmation. I don't know what your trading strategy looks like. If you don't have one, then once again, make sure you look at our mentorship programs and enroll in any of them and take your trading to the next level. But anyways, look for your confirmation around 142.196. Sell from there if you get your confirmation, and then take profit at 140.000. So that's my view on USD JPY. The next on my list is gold. If you get a selling opportunity from here, you could decide to sell. All right, most likely our target will be this 2,483. So welcome back, guys. You can see gold has played out perfectly. I'm talking about the bearish side, right? Just like the analysis you just saw from our previous sessions. And going into next week, what should we be expecting? Now, price has come into our targets. Price looks like it is in a range at the moment. If you can't spot the range, let me show you. Look at how price is bouncing off these levels, right? So this is a typical ranging market. So going into next week, it's simple. Just like you learned on YouTube or from anywhere else, you need to wait for price to break out from either position. Well, up is the way to go, but what if price breaks below? Let's go with the bearish side of things first of all. So wait for price to break below 2,473.644, break below it properly, catch it on the pullback. Now, when it's coming for the pullback, you need to switch to a lower time frame. In my case, like the 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour time frame. Look for your confirmation. Once again, I don't know what your confirmation looks like, but make sure you wait for your confirmation. Confirmation helps you project what price is willing to do next. You may be wrong at the end of the day, but statistically, over time, you're going to end up profitably because you have a system. And that's what many traders fail to have. They don't have a system. One day you are up, one day the next day you are down. That's not the way to trade. Today you make $10,000 profit. Tomorrow you're losing $15,000 and you think you know how to trade. That's funny, right? Focus on that consistent growth. Have a system. Even if you have 3 losing streaks, you know, two winning streak is going to bring you back to beyond break even and into profit. And then you are not always going to have losing streaks. There are times where you are going to definitely have winning streaks also. So you are playing the long-term game, right? And that is the right way to trade. In the beginning, we anticipate super huge profits and you're happy. The next day you're blowing the account. That's not the characteristics of a professional trader. But back to the charts. So look for your confirmation around here, then sell into our target, which is 2,431.644, right? But you have to wait for this to play out, this bearish scenario to play out. Therefore, bullish scenario also, I'll advise you to also be patient because we're in a range, just like you watch from maybe any other courses or on YouTube. It's pretty much simple in this case. Wait for price to break out of 2,530.952, then catch it on the pullback by switching to the lower time frames like the 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour time frames. Look for your confirmation on those time frames, then catch your buy. And since historically we don't have any, like what I mean by historically, I'm talking about technically, we don't have any targets. So in my case, I like to go for 2-to-1. So just look for a decent 2-to-1 trade and then wait for a pullback, catch it again, on and on like that. All right, that's how to trade when you don't have historic price data to project your targets. All right, so these are my bullish and bearish scenarios on gold. The next on my list is DXY. Now, DXY was quite complicated last week. I gave these 2 scenarios: sell scenario, buy scenario. Meanwhile, price was trading around here last week, and obviously, if you're trying to catch it on the pullback, you would have done that. Am I correct? Yeah. So you would have lost this trade. And the best loser wins in Forex. That's if you have a working strategy, right? So it doesn't matter. Forex is not a business where you get to win 100% of the time. Your win rate can even be 40% with proper risk management, and you will make money in the long run. All right. You don't measure a trader by 3, 5 trades. You measure, in my own case, I measure by 10, 20, 30, 40. Every 10 trades, I evaluate my system. All right. So yeah, obviously you would have viewed this, but I gave a bearish scenario. And if you had jumped into that bearish scenario around here when price broke below around here, went back for the pullback, and this was our next target, you would have made money, right? And now on the 4-hour time frame, price is back, is going for a retest. So guys, two things going into next week. I would like to see two things. Number one, price should retest the zone and like it has done, right, obviously, and continue lower. All right. At some point, I'm expecting to see price at 99.896 area. That's scenario one. You may lose it, but it's fine too. That's why I'm giving you scenario two. Scenario two is for price to break above 101.653 area. Then you want to catch it on the pullback, right? Stop loss below, take profits at 102.277. So that is that on DXY, my bullish and bearish scenario. So I'll quickly take a look at Euro USD. Now, last week on Euro USD, I gave two scenarios. Number one, for price to retest here and continue higher, or for price to break below here. Let me move this higher. Break below here and continue lower. Price did break below. Probably you lost that trade. Like I said, it's normal, right? And price broke above here again, gave us a mini pullback, jump to the upside, but I don't like these types of trades. Thanks to NFP, price whipsawed up and down, and there are weeks like that. You just have to live with it. So going into next week, what would I like to see? In between this zone, if I'm being conservative, of course, my strategy can allow me trade within here. Win or lose, my strategy can allow me trade within here. All right. But if you want to be more conservative and you're going for a long-term trade, then you need to wait for price to break below 1.10434. Break below it properly, go back for a retest. This is where you want to catch your sell. Your stop loss above, take profit at 1.09762. All right, and for bullish scenario, remember within this zone we are doing nothing. So for bullish scenario, wait for price to break above 1 point double, or let me say 11100. You want to catch it on the pullback, stop loss below, which is around 1.10951. Then targets will be 1.11986. All right, so those are my bullish and bearish scenarios on Euro USD. And last on my list is GBP USD. GBP USD on the weekly time frame, you can see that price is struggling to break above this resistance level. Price tapped into 1.32377 and has been selling off from there. So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. So for price to continue bullish, if we continue bearish, then I'm not going to do anything within here, except if you're already in a sell, then this should be a good target, which is 1.29856. But if you're not in this trade yet, I'll advise you wait to see how price reacts to 1.29856 region. You can make it a zone so that you can have a conservative approach to all of this, right? So wait for price to come into that area. Then if you see a buying confirmation, then you can buy from there. All right, back into 1.32377. All right, and if price opens next week, and if the market opens next week and price continues higher, then without pushing lower, then wait for price to break above 1.32377, then catch it on the pullback. Whatever your confirmation is, put your stop loss below, and then you'll take profit at 1.34021. So those are my that's my scenario, that's my take on GBP USD going into next week. So guys, that's it for next week. If you made it to the end of this video and you're yet to like, subscribe, please do so now. Also make sure you leave us a fire emoji in the comment section down below, and also leave your opinion. If you agree or disagree, leave your comments in the comment section down below constructively. So with that, I wish you a successful trading week, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye guys.